Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Hey guys, and welcome to Mosaic with me, Sarah.
And me, Jenny.
So this week we're going to try and do something a bit different. We want to put out some more, shorter, more digestible podcasts for those of you with, shorter attention spans.
And for those who are not intelligent enough to follow the actual ones.
Basically, yeah, we know there's a few of you out there, but and also just in case we've just been boring the shit out of you and you just want something lighter, something a bit shorter.
Yeah.
Then we're trying to
also
do that.
Also going back to what we initially planned to do, because when we planned to do the podcast, it was like, oh, let's just have banter but talk about serious stuff. We got the serious stuff done, but we lost the banter because of all the seriousness.
Yeah, we became serious Nancy's.
Because talking about
what? It's true.
It is true, because when you talk about sort of rape victims and people who suffer from mental health issues, it's difficult to sort of crack a joke.
Stick a joke on it, no, that's true.
So this is sort of an outlet for us as well to just literally have a laugh. It's much shorter, it's more digestible, it's hopefully funnier.
Basically thick shit and baseless stuff. No, I'm joking. Obviously, we'll put some intellectual stuff in it, kind of. Just to make it a bit interesting.
I wasn't planning on doing that.
Well, now and then we can do did you know that actually twerking is very good for the glutes? And Miley Cyrus also did a bit of twerking back in 2016. No, I'm joking. We'll see how it goes. But today, what are we talking about, Janet?
We will be. That was actually a perfect intro. We will be talking about Miley Cyrus.
I've got Miley on the brain. I do. But we are.
Are you generally a Miley fan?
No, I'm not, but I do like her song Wrecking Ball. That's the only song of hers that I like.
Me too. I really like that song. I don't like the video. She looks pretty, but I don't get, her face is pretty. And, I do like her facial style and the hairstyle.
Yeah,
but then I don't really get why she has to be half naked and riding a wrecking ball.
I know. Didn't she say she actually regrets putting out that video? She was like, I regret being known as the girl who was naked, riding a wrecking ball and licking a sledgehammer. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot that.
She was like, I'm always going to regret that. But she was really emotional when she sang that video. Wasn't she crying in it? And then also apparently she performed it and she was crying as well because of her breakup with Liam.
No, and then that's probably why I like the song, because it is very honest and it is very raw, and that sort of comes across.
Yeah, it does.
But I felt like it was kind of ruined through the video, which I suppose she realised in retrospect, and why she was like, shit, I shouldn't have done that. Should I just,
I think it's cool though. It's memorable. Everyone's going to always kind of remember that video for that.
Yeah, so our grandchildren.
Oh god. Cringe. Yeah, that's pretty bad, man.
But yeah, for those who sort of don't know, who live on the moon, so she released either a single or the whole album called Malibu, and she's sort of gone back to her roots, a bit more country and that, and she gave an interview to I think it was Billboard
Billboard magazine,
where she made a comment about hip-hop culture that sparked a lot of controversy. So basically she was saying how she likes, she was talking about Kendrick Lamar's song Humble, and she was saying, I love that because it's not come sit on my dick, suck on my cock. I can't listen to that anymore. By which, she was obviously referring to sort of hip-hop and sort of mainstream hip-hop music, mainstream hip-hop lyrics. And she was saying, I can't listen to that anymore. That's what pushed me out of the hip-hop scene a little. It was too much Lamborghini, got my Rolex, got a girl on my cock. I'm so not that.
Can I say something? No one in hip-hop actually says cock anymore. No one does. They don't use that word.
Naughty. Jesus. Oh my god.
But I know, but they just don't use it. What would they say? They don't really say that word, do they? They say dick maybe, but not cock.
To be fair, I don't know that much about the hip-hop scene, the mainstream hip-hop scene, because I don't listen to much of it, but I feel like it has gotten much better, sort of compared to, when I grew up, you had the 50 Cent
Ja
videos.
Rule and stuff. Oh yeah, 50 Cent is the worst.
Yeah, and you have these videos of literally girls in a bikini in a thong, and
Yeah, thong, the thong, thong, thong. Can
Okay,
you
don't touch
see
Cisco.
that
Don't
thong?
you dare touch Cisco. I love Cisco. That song is
Oh
so
my
problematic. It is so deeply problematic, but I love that song.
When did that song come out?
It was when I was in high. It was definitely. I want to say early noughties.
Who produced? Okay, da-da-da. Oh god, a picture of him with an eyebrow piercing came up. I have never seen a guy with an eyebrow piercing these days.
He is very metrosexual, though, Cisco. He's got like a belly button tattoo.
Oh, that's true. I don't know much about him, and the white hair. Oh god. Okay. So it says here 2009. No, that must be.
No, that's way too
okay.
late. Isn't
It says summer 2000.
Summer 2000. There you go. Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Oh god, but yeah.
We digress. Going back to Miley. Yeah, so yeah, she made that comment, and a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, how dare she?" You know, she just took advantage of black culture and hip hop when it benefited her, when she could make money and sort of, make herself into sort of that rebellious character. But now that she's done with it, now that she's got the fame, she just drops it.
She's just done a massive U-turn. So she went from like just a few months ago, she was obsessed with dicks and wearing inflatable dildos, grinding on Robin Thicke, and she's just blaming hip hop for that vulgarity. And now she's just done a complete U-turn, and she's the complete opposite. I don't get how that really happens. How does that happen?
Exactly.
Bipolarism?
That's the thing as well, because it's not like she was on the sidelines and she was sort of like, I really like hip hop, but I'm gonna make a more feminist version of hip hop while I'm gonna be experimenting. Because she said, "Oh, I'm so not that," but you are exactly that. Because that's what she was doing. She had that little styropor foam finger thingy that she had at the walls. She was dry hopping that shit out of that thing.
She was,
and then she was rubbing all over Robin Thicke. And Robin Thicke, of all people,
who was married at the time, actually.
Well, leave that aside, but it's Robin Thicke. He's the creepy
He's a super
fucker
creep. Yeah, he is.
Who thinks that, he knows girls, so even if they say no, he knows that they're just playing hard to get.
And he's always dating girls that are
barely
centuries
legal.
younger than him.
Yeah.
Oh god, he is a creep.
So it's like, she says I'm so not that, but she is that. She was that when
She
it did
is,
benefit
yeah,
her.
she was definitely.
So,
But I mean, she's been called out for black appropriation for ages, and they always said to her, they were always like, "You're not part of the hip hop culture. Do not associate yourself with our music and our culture."
Yeah.
And she was kind of a bit offended by that, but now she's like, you know what, I don't really care. And people are saying, "Oh, is it because of the Trump era that being, white is the supreme kind of."
really? Is
the
there
supreme
rhetoric like
thing.
that? Oh.
Yeah, some people are saying that maybe that's why she's done a U-turn.
I didn't hear that, but I just the most of the criticism that I've heard was I went on Twitter and some of that stuff is so funny.
I love the Twitter wars. There are people on there that are insane. The stuff that they come out with is darling, you would not say this in real life, but on Twitter it's everyone goes crazy. No one polices any of that.
Yeah. So yeah, basically a lot of people were saying how she was sort of moving away from hip hop after sort of having culturally appropriated it, and she used black culture when it was convenient for her, and now she's done with it and she's moving on to sort of safer terrain, or just back to roots. But that's another side of the story. So I'm like, so yes, it's wrong. It was clearly cultural appropriation, and she has no place to say, "Oh, I don't agree with that part of hip hop that is so misogynistic and so objectifies women," because you were part of it. You were literally part of it. You weren't on the sidelines you weren't like Nicki Minaj, who's been criticizing it, but then she's been doing a different kind of thing.
What do you mean? What's Nicki been criticising?
So she's also, Nicki Minaj, since early on, she was criticising how misogynistic hip hop culture is and how problematic that is. But then she sort of, in her songs,
doing things to combat that.
She sort of takes control of her body and of it's very empowering.
Yeah,
for women.
No, it is different. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, it's different. It's not what Miley did. The way I see it, she basically just used it and now she's dropped it. But at the same time, I also feel like she is, because when you're a teenager or when you're young, you go through phases. When I was 14, 15, I was so into Linkin Park and Green Day
Yeah.
and whatnot. So I went through phases, and it's just natural that you sort of experiment with certain music styles, and then you find, or maybe
Yeah, I
you
mean,
don't
that's-
find
that's-
but you just keep evolving.
That's what that's kind of what I was going to say. I mean, I understand what she means in a way. I mean, it's okay to grow out of a phase, but then again, people really relate hip hop to black culture. Like, hip hop has
Yeah.
so much history in like
Yeah.
New York and like black upcoming kind
Yeah.
of pop culture and everything. So, and it's different when it's kind of on the backs of people who have been oppressed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
at the same time, I completely understand, because I've thought, what if it was the other way around? What if let's say an Asian person was trying to be white, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they became incredibly woke and decided to like stay true to their roots or whatever and go back to
Exactly.
like their culture and stuff. Would it be the same thing? Would there be as much of an outrage?
Yeah. No, I agree, but I think, just going back to what you said, it is a different case because it is hip hop culture, because it is black culture. Because exactly what you say, because this is coming from the back of the oppressed. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just so deeply, deeply problematic coming from a white girl from, I don't know, she's from some southern state, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a bit of a hillbilly. Yeah, that's a bit rude to say, actually. Probably shouldn't say that, actually. Or her dad was like a country singer, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, she started off in sort of country as well, didn't she? Like,
Yeah.
like, even the new record, she worked with a few country folk, like, producers or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's sort of where she came from, and that's where she's now going back after experimenting. But tough tits, if she wasn't experimenting with with pop or anything else, but it was hip hop, it was black culture. So that
I just read something here about Robin Thicke. Apparently he had a song that made rape culture popular. What song was that?
that's
Do
the
you
one that I was
remember?
referring to.
Was that White Lines?
Yeah, Blurred Lines.
Oh, Blurred Lines. Oh, okay. I
So
don't remember that. What
basically,
did the lyrics say?
So basically, it was I can't quote the lyrics, but basically it was saying, like, even if she doesn't say it, even if she sort of is hesitant, and even if she doesn't want you, she's just playing hard to get, like, because it's blurred lines. And it's like, no, it's not. Like, there's something called consent. If the woman doesn't want it, she doesn't want it. She isn't playing hard to get, she just doesn't want your working dick. Like, just deal with it. Like, he is such a fucking massive creep.
And she gladly sang along to that. So
was
and
that
it
the
was
song
very
that she?
misogynistic.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, there was a lot of critique, and a lot of them said, "Oh, she's just wearing like black artistry, like an item of clothing, and then she shed it once she'd worn it too much." And they say that a lot of celebrities, like Justin Timberlake, Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, make money off the backs of black people. Then they kind of just evolve to like this peaceful version of themselves in the countryside with like Mary Poppins and stuff. So.
But you know what?
The
Like,
heroes are alive. Yeah.
here's his thing though, because maybe I'm just being really, really subjective, but I love Justin Timberlake. So when I read that, I was like, I get where you're coming from, because he did do that. He worked predominantly with Timberland, so I do get that. But at the same time, I feel like he wasn't being.
Are you talking about the Jesse Williams thing?
No, Justin Timberlake thing.
Oh no, but I think Jesse Williams had a go at Justin Timberlake for cultural appropriation.
Oh.
Like, I think Jesse Williams said something at like, I think it was the Globes Award, one of these award shows, and he was like,
One of them in award shows.
one of those award shows, but he was he gave like a really touching speech about black empowerment, and then I think Justin Timberlake tweeted about it saying, yeah, don't we all feel the same, like trying to kind of put himself into that box, like he's an ethnic minority. And then everyone was like, Justin Timberlake, just because you've had a few cane rows and braids and like baggy trousers doesn't mean you're black. And they all just came for him. They were like, you cannot just like jump on the bandwagon. And he was like, whoa, hold on, I was just saying that we're all one and we're all united and we're all against racism. But they all came for him, and they were like, no, just mind your own business kind of thing. But yeah, I thought you were talking about that.
Well, I mean, I was, I guess, kind of talking about that, because I do get the problematic of, he was essentially doing a lot of black inspired music, but then I feel like he didn't really drop it. It's not like he sort of took advantage of it when he needed it and then he dropped it. It's like, because the way I don't know this for a fact, so I might be wrong, correct me if I am, but the way I see it, he sort of grew up in that culture. He grew up in the South. He grew up with that kind of music, so that's naturally the music that he is making.
I know what you mean.
Still now. So it's I don't really see it as he just used it and then he dropped it when he didn't need it. Like, it's still kind of part of who he is. That said, he is not black and he doesn't have the black experience, so he doesn't,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like, hip-hop culture is a massively, predominantly black thing. So obviously black people do get very defensive about it.
Yeah.
And protective about it. And that's fair enough. But to be fair, like, this is all Justin Timberlake said. He basically said, what did he say? Hold on, let me try and find the tweets. I was truly inspired by Jesse Williams' speech because I really do feel that we are all one, a human race. And then everyone just came for him. And then he was like, I apologise to anyone that felt I was out of turn. I have nothing but love for all of you and all of us. And then everyone came for him again because they were like, what do you mean? And then he was like, I feel misunderstood. I responded to a specific tweet that wasn't meant to be a general response. I shouldn't have responded anyway. But I feel like that's kind of unfair on him.
Yeah, I agree. Like, sometimes I'm just like, just cut him some slack. Like, he is...
Yeah,
he's
and then
on our side,
said,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, because he means well, but
exactly.
Then I don't know.
It's
I honestly
problematic,
don't know.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone said, inspired to do what? Continue to emulate black culture through your music while ignoring issues affecting black people. And then others claim Timberlake is an example of white artists gentrifying our genius, which is a quote that Jesse Williams said in his speech.
Oh, right, okay. Can I just say I love Jesse Williams?
I know!
I'm just talking about the fact that he's like 10 on 10, like 12
so
on 10, like
well.
what the fuck? But he's
also
so...
the fact that his wife, well, his ex-wife, they just got divorced, by the way, he's single, but she is not that attractive, which in my eyes is like, makes him even more amazing, because it's like, you're like a 10 and she is like a 6. But you still loved her and you were still in a relationship with her, so you're not a superficial prick, which most people would think looking at him. But yeah, he's so gorgeous.
But I find that so problematic. Like, would you date down? Would you date down that much? Well, I'm not saying that she was
that much. I would try not to, but I mean, you fall in love with who you fall in love with, I guess. Like,
yeah, I guess. But I would try to stay away from it, because there's always going to be some form of self-confidence issues, and there's going to, like, the other person just tends to be so sensitive, because even if you don't say I am so much better looking than you, other people will exactly.
Yeah.
And that will eventually, like, after 15, 20 years, that will get to you at some but
it will, because you might just have an argument one day and then you're like, you know what, I'm too fucking good for you anyways. That's what everyone else thinks. Like, that will start to get to your ego. You'll be like, I'm actually better than this person. And it will just mess up the whole relationship.
Another person that sort of like that is Hugh Jackman. Have you seen his wife? Like, she's very pretty, but she's not, like a top model kind of thing. She's, she doesn't have a top model body. She's a bit...
Oh, wow. Okay. Is this Deborah Lee Furness?
Exactly. Yeah.
She looks a lot older than him.
I think she's older than him as well. Like, they met when he was, like, just starting out as an actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I would definitely try to sort of avoid dating down. It's so...
Yeah,
it's
not
such a minefield.
Yeah, not, like, immensely down. Like, someone who's just, like, a hobo. Hey, you want to marry me?
Like Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
That's so mean.
Quasimodo.
I should have picked an animated character as well. Jesus.
Oh god. Yeah.
I have all the love for Steve Buscemi, by the way. I do love him. He's a great actor.
Yeah, he is.
But talking of relationships and whatnot, we had a somewhat royal wedding. Is that a royal wedding? Is it considered a royal wedding?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is it? Is she
well,
part of the royal family?
No, it's not really. She's not part of the royal family. She's a pauper peasant.
Exactly. She's a commoner. She's a pheasant.
Yeah, she is. So yeah, I can't believe she got married to
Spencer Matthews' brother.
Yeah, you broke the news to me earlier, but can't believe that.
I hate
God, they all
Spence
run in the
Matthews.
same
He's
circles.
such a creep. Oh
He is, and he's not even that attractive. I don't
no,
remember
he's
seeing him.
not.
He's like
a
really chubby. He
dick.
looks like just a pregnant hamster. And like recently he's buffed up loads, and he's actually dating someone who's a lot older than him, and I think she's punching, to be fair. But that says a lot really, because he's really unattractive. But she oh my god, I'm savage today. But he basically has never been that attractive, and he always cheats on everyone he's with.
I know. And like, well, at least in Made in Chelsea, he was with that one girl, and she was so drop dead gorgeous. She was so
Yeah,
pretty.
I remember. But that's the thing, like I think when you're a rich guy, you have people falling at your feet, and if you're young and probably, you know, like not that bothered about settling down, then good luck to the woman that falls in love with you.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Who's his girlfriend? Is that Lauren Hutton?
I think she's a TV presenter. That's his latest girlfriend, but he's always changing them like underwear. So
Yeah. I just googled girlfriend. Spencer Matthews' girlfriend. There's so many girls, and I'm like, what? She's brunette.
Yeah.
She's blonde. She's black. What the fuck?
I know, it's
They're
always
not
a
black
different
ones. You would
one.
never date a black girl.
Oh hell no. Oh god.
But yeah, we just had a royal wedding. Did you tune in?
No, I didn't. Was it broadcast?
I don't know. Did you watch
No, I
the
didn't.
actual royal wedding, the one of her sister?
Yeah, I did. Where was I? I was at
Where
my
were
ex's
you when they
place.
got married?
Where were you?
I was at home. I remember but I don't know why I was home. When did they get married? Was I living in Germany at that point?
I don't know why, but I feel like 2012 comes to mind, or 11. Let me see.
Then I was definitely doing my undergrad here in Germany. And I remember I came back from uni, or I came back from the gym, and I think it was a Friday or something, and I came back home. My mom was watching, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" She's like, "I'm watching the wedding." I'm like, "Why are you watching the wedding? You don't even live in the UK. Why are you watching the wedding?"
Oh, really?
Like, jeez,
It was such a beautiful, like, little fairy tale, like, enchanting event, wasn't it? It's kind of like, oh, it's a little romantic tale, and it's they're getting married. It did happen in 2011, by the way.
Oh, right.
Check me out. It's bloody good. But yeah, I think I was watching it on my own, definitely.
Oh, sad.
But I was at my ex's place, but I think he was like at work or something, and I was just like being a bum. I think maybe I was meant to be at uni.
You were watching the wedding and working on your own wedding scrapbook. Like, I want that dress for my wedding.
Yeah. Oh my god, talking about weddings, have you planned all of that? Like a wedding dress and where you want to get married and...
Oh, I have... But I don't know if that's called planning, but I sort of have a rough idea. Or I have an idea of what I don't want, if that makes sense. Because I've been to a few sort of Tamil weddings, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing that shit because that's ridiculous. I'm not doing that, so that's just dumb and that's silly. And so yeah, I've got a few ideas of what I don't want to do, but then again, I'm like, it's going to be 2 people, so I can't make all the plans. So I want to keep it like super, super simple. But what if he sort of, comes also from an Asian family and he's an only child? Then it has to be a massive wedding because, his parents will want that. So then I have to sort of play along with that. But if it were up to me, it'd be like a super, super small wedding. And then have like a location reception. So just to make sure that just my closest friends will come, because my family's way too cheap to book a ticket to some destination. So basically just going to keep it as intimate as possible. How about you?
I haven't thought about it in too much detail. Honestly, I haven't. I've just kind of pictured me with someone and like a white dress, but I haven't literally gone out and picked out any dresses or anything like that.
Oh my god.
I'm open to have... Some people do that, trust me. I won't reveal any names, but it's been done. But I think whatever, I'm open to a small one or a big wedding. Like, honestly, I haven't really planned it.
I am so dumb, and I genuinely don't know. What do Muslim weddings look like? Would you wear a white dress, like the typical white dress?
Yeah, so they have, I I mean, I'm talking from like Sudanese perspective.
Yeah.
Like Sudanese wedding normally looks like it's like a 3-day do. So you have the henna day. I don't know if you guys do that as well. We have the henna day. Then the second day is kind of like just women and her. She'll do like a little dance thing.
Oh, isn't that done on the henna for you guys?
No, I think it's the day after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Fair
like
enough.
she does like a little belly dance thing. I think it's literally. I think the groom might be there, and it's just like all her friends and the groom and just her. And then the third day is like the wedding, and she'll wear the white dress, and she'll also wear like Sudanese traditional clothing. So yeah, it's really kind of up to them. But and obviously they have the day in the mosque, like with the imam, where you do all the religious kind of rituals and stuff.
Sit in different places and stuff.
But yeah, that's really it.
Okay, cool. But you like you'd be up for like, or is that what you would do as well, like a Muslim wedding?
Yeah, I would like to have a bit of a cultural wedding. In terms of religion, probably, yeah, I'd probably do it that way. But we'll see. Nothing planned at the moment. I don't want to jinx it.
I feel like you probably shouldn't do that, because you would like. I'm not superstitious, but I'd feel a bit icky, sort of already.
Yeah, and you don't want to get your
picking up my
expectations up, and then it turns out completely different. You get married like in the woods, completely naked at a nudist wedding, like somewhere else, and you're like, oh, I wish I had that wedding that I dreamed of years ago.
What's something that you would never do at a wedding, like where if your partner said, oh, I want to do this, you'd be like, fuck you?
Oh god, probably a nudist wedding. That's a no-go for me. But
that's where you cross the line.
Yeah, I think, what else wouldn't I do? What's a really bizarre way to get married? Underwater or something?
I wouldn't do themed weddings. Like if you were like I do like Lord of the Rings, but if he says like, oh, I want to do like Lord of the Rings themed
Lord of the Rings,
I'd be like, oh bro, no, we're not doing that shit.
Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
With beer butter and stuff. Yeah, no, I think anything like that that's just kiddie would be like, oh, you're taking the freaking piss out of the sacrament of marriage, darling. Yeah, so no, that's a no from me.
I do an underwater wedding just for funs and giggles. So I do, when you like go honeymooning, I do it then, so it wouldn't be the actual ceremony, but it would be just like a little thing for the two of us. Just like a
that's a different thing then, isn't it? Yeah,
for the official one, that's just silly, dude. That is so dumb. Also, I've beach weddings or anything beach related, like beach dates, beach sex, whatever it is, it's just so
beach sex.
There's so much sand, guys. Like it gets
really
everywhere.
Oh, I like stuff on the beach. I like beach weddings actually.
Oh no, like the idea sounds great that you've got the sunset and the water and it's all so beautiful, but you've got sand everywhere.
Yeah,
you can't walk properly. It's just so messy. You can't put up chairs because it's sand, so everyone has to stand.
I know, you're just thinking.
It's just logistically, it's such a nightmare.
Neck deep in sand. Yeah, no. It's like, I can't find my bottom half. But yeah,
you could just said no. No need to bloody get into the sand.
I mean, I don't know. I like beach weddings. I think they're quite romantic. Obviously, you'd have some kind of patio set up and like none of the sand issues. But I'd be impartial to that kind of wedding. I wouldn't mind.
Well, what's the best wedding you've ever been to?
I think the one I went to in France, it was just so good because I think I told you my cousin's Sudanese and he's Vietnamese, and it was just so amazing because it was like a merge of both cultures, and you had like the old granny crew from Vietnam and you had the old granny crew from Sudan, and they were dancing together, and it was like, oh my god, that is so cute, and they had like their colourful traditional clothes on, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. It was so cute to see. And my mum went to another wedding, my cousin's wedding from my Italian side, and they got married in the forest, but it was like really classy, like really chic. They had a table put out, and then they had their favourite books on each chair.
Really?
So yeah, like all of their top 20 favourite books, and then the guests could take the book home, and like they had like little cute things like spread out throughout the wedding that really meant a lot to them, and they're really into like the environment and stuff, so having it in the forest was quite fitting. But yeah, that was that sounded like quite a cute wedding. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. But what about you? What's the best wedding you've been to? I know you've been to loads.
The best, yeah, but it's not an Indian wedding because the problem with sort of with Tamil weddings or South Asian weddings is they're so massive. Like you've got like if you want to keep it, the smallest wedding I've been to, the smallest Tamil wedding I've been to, was the reception of my cousin, which was 350 people.
Okay, that's really small.
Really? Do you think?
Hold on, do you say 15?
350.
Oh damn! What the hell was I listening to? No, that's nuts. Wow.
That's the smallest. The
That is
biggest I've been
crazy.
to for her actual wedding the week before. How many people came? I think it was 600 something.
Oh,
and that was
wow.
the
I
same
don't-
number for my brother's wedding as well. And the problem when you have so many people, you can't really have those cute little things. Like you can't have a stack of books. You can't have those cute little giveaways because it's 600 fucking people. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, it's just like yeah.
it just tends to be like just doing the basic things and then you go home. But then it still costs you about 10 grand because you have to book a hall that's big enough. You have to
Bloody
feed all
hell.
those hungry bastards. You have to, because it's 600 people. That's 600 people judging you because Tamil people judge the fuck out of you. So you
Yeah,
have
I've
to
heard.
wear like 2-3 saris and they have to be like,
Bloody
the
hell,
best
you
kind
need
of
to
saris. So it's just
take out like 10 loans to just get married.
I know, and it's just
Just
so
grind your whole
ridiculous.
life to get
It's
married.
Just so ridiculous. So the favorite wedding that I've been to was a mate of mine, and it was in Tuscany.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you told me
It
about
was
this one.
it was so lovely because it was like for us. It was also because we were uni friends and we met up after like 6 months of not having seen each other that regularly.
Aw.
So it was sort of like a friends get together again, and then obviously 2 of our best friends got married, and it was in Tuscany, and we spent like the week before in Florence. It's just the whole week running up to that wedding and just the actual wedding itself. You had like the most amazing view. Oh, it was
that
so
sounds
nice.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
it
like
was-
the best thing in life. Just great company, like a great joyous event
Yeah.
and good food. Like what more could you ask for? That
It was
sounds like
so simple.
best
Like it was
holiday.
just so few people. Just at the cottage, at the hotel sort of cottage place where we live, where we stayed over, where they had like a pool thing. We just had like reception there, had dinner, had like a club area upstairs. Like it was just a room, but we sort of turned into a club. It was
But that's
basically
yeah, go on.
it was
Sorry.
just so unpretentious.
Yeah, that's the thing about smaller weddings. It's just more intimate, and it's actually with people you want to be there and
Exactly,
you
yeah.
want to see, and it means a lot more to you, I feel.
Yeah, and you've got the chance to actually make proper memories.
Yeah, because everyone says apparently when you get married, it's the most stressful day of your life, and everyone enjoys it apart from you.
Exactly.
Who wants to have a wedding like that?
Exactly, because
No, I
it's
want to
supposed
enjoy
to be
my
your
wedding.
day. So I don't want to be standing on the sidelines, being on the stage, just
Yeah,
people having
remember
pictures
me.
taken with me, while everyone else out there is having fun. Like that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It really doesn't. It's meant to be the best day of your life. So, yeah. Well, we'll see. I wonder what our weddings are going to be like. But, bitch, you better come to mine. And
Yeah, you
help
also
me
come to mine when
I'm
I get married to
stressing.
my 10 cats.
Oh, God. God forbid. But, yeah, I'm going to be freaking out on that day. So, yeah.
Well, on my
Come
wedding,
prepared
you
with
shouldn't.
shots and drugs.
Did you just say drugs?
Valium. No, I'm joking. I don't take
Just
drugs.
Valiums.
I'm against
Just have
drugs,
like a
guys.
bong on the side, like.
Yeah, ready to go.
Exactly.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So I would like to have like the ability to just sort of like have like a 10-second frame of what my life would look like. Maybe more than 10 seconds, maybe like 5 minutes or something into the future, like
Yeah.
10 years into the future. Like, I don't want to see or know everything, but just like, okay,
Just
I'm
a little
alive.
bit, just the snippets, yeah.
I'm
No,
alive.
me
There's people
too.
around me who is sort of, okay and who don't hate me, so okay, cool. Come back to
Yeah.
my current life.
Lol, yeah, try going to a psychic or something. No, don't actually. But back to like taking drugs on your wedding day, that reminds me, I went to a wedding actually of my ex's, but ex's friends / family, anyways, won't go into detail, but she was on something, obviously because she was probably really nervous,
Yeah.
and I think her sister was on it as well, and she just burst into the room full of like obviously the bride, the groom, his family, her family. We were all sitting there. She comes in, the sister of the bride, and she's like, get your tits out in front of everyone. And everyone looks at her like, oh my god, what did she just say? And then everyone just kind of like ignored her, you know, like in true like British style, like, oh my god, she did not just say that, but let's pretend it didn't happen and carry on with our conversation. And yeah, it was hilarious. But hopefully don't do that on my wedding day, by the way.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's literally like something from a film. It was so hilarious.
Well, at least she didn't snuck up on the bride and sort of like pulled her dress down. And
oh my
show
god,
her
can you
breast.
imagine?
So, you know, always look on the bride's side.
Oh, could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
Oh
at least
god,
they didn't die.
On that note, guys, we need to wrap up. But yeah, I mean, thanks for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed our shorter snippet. Let us know what you think.
Exactly. If you have any topic suggestions, anything that you want us to discuss, feel free to email us. It's still mostmosaic@gmail.com. And also follow us on Twitter. And I always get the Twitter wrong, so I'm just going to pass over to Sarah.
It's most_mosaic.
That's the one, yes.
And we still need to like liven up our Twitter feed, but we will. We're working on it. We've come up with a plan and stuff, so stay tuned.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. Much appreciated.
Yeah,
Hope you enjoyed the new sort of format, as it were. And hopefully you can hear us soon. And hopefully we will hear from you in some shape or form as well.
Yes, please get in touch. Our inbox is getting a bit dusty and crusty, so
exactly.
please
be
oil it up with
us.
your messages.
Please be friends with us.
All right,
we're
we're sounding
nice
desperate
people.
now.
We're really nice people.
All right, we're not that desperate. Let's end this now. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening. See you.